Guys, I think it is high time we lend our voice again to Burkina Faso. BBC News is beginning to come out with this predatory propagandist type of message, this propagandist type of news. A very big lie, in my own opinion. Because if you don't have news correspondents in Burkina Faso, how did you know that 100 civilians were killed in Burkina Faso? Because that is the statement they are making. We know BBC News. These were the same media outlets they used to tell lies on Gaddafi, and they later came to tell on themselves in media that they could not afford for Gaddafi to unify Africa. They are seeing the unity of Africa. They are seeing the glory of Ibrahim Traore. They can see the trip to Russia. They can see everything that is going on. And now, whatever BBC News is saying is equivalent to like the United Kingdom or the Brits talking. It's like Europe is talking, and we won't tolerate that. We won't tolerate that. You won't tell black people. You won't tell us what we know. We are the ones living here. You don't live here. I don't know when this whole foolishness is going to end. And I know there are some people that will be like in the comment section, they will be like, these military leaders, shut the fuck up. Because that's the message I started seeing under the comment section. We know that some of you really you don't even know your roots. Some of you have, so you don't, some of you are, I don't know what I can call some of you, because I'm disappointed at seeing a lot of people talking smack in the comment section. BBC News, like you don't know BBC News. The tape of Thomas Sankara is there. They've tried so many coups, it ain't working. They've tried assassination attempts, it ain't working. They've tried all sort of means, they ain't working. They've tried terrorism. The counter-terrorism mechanism of Burkina Faso is too strong. Look, Ibrahim Traore going to Russia in a private jet and coming back in a military squadron with the protection, and him saying that now it's time for them to start learning, for Russia to start, they are seeing the influence of Russia as a threat. Now he's talking about teaching them more of science, and they know Russia is not ducking that smoke. They know Russia will be ready and more than willing to teach the Burkinabes those things that they need to learn. Now it's, to them it looks as if Africa might become a threat. That is it. Now they are looking at Africa like, man, if we let those people come accomplish this plan, they might be a threat. Just the way they lied that Iraq has a weapon of mass destruction and they went to assassinate Saddam Hussein. What they do is they first of all lie to your people to make your people go against you. But we are Africans here, and Africans are Ibrahim Traore. I'm not in Burkina Faso, but I think this is a time for Burkinabe citizens to start coming out of social media, and you have to send a warning to these people, not to change you people's story. Burkina Faso is a country in Africa. Before that, when people say you look like somebody from Burkina Faso, they are telling you like you look very dirty. They say this for so many years. And something good is coming out of Burkina Faso that everybody can identify with. And these foolish people with a very notorious history of colonialism. Do you know how those people packed our ancestors out of Africa? And do you know what they gave you in return? They gave you a book, a glorified novel, so that you don't have the right and the power to kind of revenge. To forgive is divine. And a lot of Africans are like, the way we think in Africa is just, oh my God. If you look at the slave trade, you will know what I'm talking about. Look at what Emmanuel Macron, look at how these guys address the black people. And all my black people will say is, oh, God will judge them. Who told you? Russia and Ukraine, are they fighting with the Bible? Israel and whatever is it, Gaza, are they fighting with the Bible? It's war, it's troops against troops, it's media against media. The media is very strong, and this is a time for Africans to stand up again. They have come back with their lies. And this is the internet age. We have the advantage of the internet. We have the advantage of numbers. They've lost a lot of money in the war with Russia, thinking they can paralyze Russia, paying for several military equipment, and Russia keep bringing them down. They need somewhere to recover all this money from. Now they want to tell lies. See, there's nothing like Francophone, British, this one, they are all together. The BBC is now lending their voice out to a brother. They're whites, they see themselves as brothers, right? Now trying to manipulate a black community that has like forever almost been ignorant, and vast majority can be very very stupid at times. Now they want to bring back the propaganda to try to cultivate that foolishness that they've planted in some people, to see if we will oppose the same person. You know, the funny thing, it was the Libyan citizens that actually stabbed Gaddafi. They were the ones that humiliated him. The NATO was just the force behind them. Libyan citizens took the life of Gaddafi. Most of these deaths of African leaders is being done by somebody within. So everything they bring out, we mustn't hesitate to debunk. And for every fake news they bring out, we must show enough strength to not only debunk but humiliate these people. They are liars. They are terrible people. I have decided, while I got to the office this morning, I made a conscious decision to never ever read anything from the British media anymore. They don't even have any anything BBC. They don't have any they don't have nothing right now. They don't have anything going on with them. They are not on media. They are not trending. You like seeing Ibrahim Traore shine is like a thorn in their flesh. They went from he's using his gold to protect himself. Now they're talking about 100 civilians killed. You think 100 civilians will be killed in Burkina Faso and the whole place will not be on fire right now? You think Burkina Faso citizens are that dumb? They will be so dumb to the point where they will be sleeping in roundabouts, crowdfunding to buy military equipment to support their people, to support their armies for their counter-terrorism movement. This is actually exasperating to hear this. If you cannot help people in the true sense of help, you get the fuck off. Don't come here and tell lies and try to paint people black. These people are actually dusty and ugly. It's so unfortunate that a lot of times in the past we allow those people to cross the borders just because of the skin color. You see, people, because they've manipulated your mind to think that way. I want you all to take this news very seriously, and you all must show a reply. Reply in every capacity you can reply with. For every lie they tell, you must show seriousness, because if you let this news slide, they can tell you, oh, because recently the United Nations is telling Mali to make some investigation into why they killed terrorists. Should terrorists even be living? A terrorist is not a jihadist. There's a difference between somebody that fights jihad. Jihad is go and study what jihad is. A terrorist is the kind of person that kills both kids, kill fathers, kill mothers, innocent people that has no, like, when have they tried in the real sense of trying to help counter terrorism? They can't just live to see Ibrahim Traore or Africa succeed. They see the way Ibrahim Traore is moving. They see that this guy is unifying the next generation of Africa. And they see that this guy is enlightening Africa, and they can't wait to see it. Because Europe has nothing. If you look at NATO, US is saying one thing, Europe is keeping quiet. You can see when they were trying to sanction Russia the first time and America stepped out, they all chickened out. Because these people are not even what we think they are. We watch their football leagues. We like enough plundering in Africa. Enough plundering in Africa. I saw this news this morning. I wanted very early in the morning. They posted the news. The news did not really have a lot of views. They posted it through one very stupid outlet like that. One very hidden outlet. They were posting it. People were not liking. They saw that it didn't get more traction. Now they are bringing it to the BBC News. And I was like reading. I was reading today, and I went to browse like, okay, Western medias, and I saw like Western medias, US, UK, British, France. They are all the same. Same shit, different smell. So you guys, as patriots, as Pan-Africanists, as brothers that we all are, I am not a Burkina Faso citizen, right? But I think it's an obligation for me to lend my voice at this moment, because we're doing this for the next generation. This slavery cannot continue. This stupidity cannot continue. Some of these guys are not even educated as we are. If you think you can hide your education, then keep it to yourself. We go to people that are ready to give us what the real education is, because you have a lot of graduates coming out of school that cannot even create one thing. So if your education mechanism and methodologies are messed up, Ibrahim Traore has gone to Russia, and we believe that, yes, something good is going to come out of there until proven otherwise. And you guys are traitors, and you've been traitors for too long, and we can no longer tolerate this shit. So I want you guys to start right now and start sending a deterrent. Debunk the statement everywhere you see it. We must not permit a non-entity in our midst to come and tell us what is not. Thank you, guys. I believe you guys are going to do this. I believe you guys are going to do this. I won't live in a time where they will take this shine away from Africa. I don't know. Our ancestors, they forsake Sankara, they forsake all those, big guys back then from Africa. We forsake Gaddafi, but I was too young to do anything during the time of Gaddafi. I was so small. But this is our time, and it won't happen. Enough of this slavery. People dying in the Sahel, people dying in Libya, people dying in the sea, trying to cross to a place where they don't have no minerals. Sow insecurity among us through terrorism and try to steal. I want you guys to promise that you will respond to this.